So I'm going to start with calcium, which is actually the biggest one. I obviously gave myself a difficult one there. Can anyone tell me how many electrons does calcium have looking at your periodic table? How many electrons does calcium have? Calcium's in group 2. Remember, you're looking at the atomic number, which is the small number. Tells you the number of protons, which is the same as the number of electrons. So how many electrons does calcium have? Oh, that's it. Sorry, I hadn't scrolled down. 20. It has 20 electrons. Apologies. So we're going to start within the middle. We put the symbol for calcium, which is Ca. Remember, it's a capital letter and then a small letter. You then, around the outside, draw the first shell. On the first shell, we can only fit 2 electrons. So we draw the first 2, 1 and 2. We then draw the next shell. Note how I fill them up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I've used 10 altogether so far. $11, $12, $13, $14, $15, $16, $17, $18. So there's now 18. I can't fit any more electrons on that because remember you can only fit 2 on the second and the third shell. So I then have to put another 2 around the outside. Oops, 18, 19, 20. Okay. Oh, I could have done this one here as well, 20. What group would calcium be in and how do I know? Looking at my electron configuration. Okay, not to worry, Cameron. Can you see the visualizer? Can you see the screen? What you missed, Cameron, was just me going through how to draw the calcium live. I'm going to do another example, so that's fine. It is in group 2. So the reason we know it's in group 2 is because it has 2 electrons on its outer shell. So I've drawn calcium for you. That's the 20th element. Well done, Charlotte. I'm also going to draw for you now a smaller one. Let me get another piece of paper. So this time I'm going to draw lithium. Can somebody tell me, please, how many electrons there are in lithium? There are 3. Well done, Ashley. Well done, Brigitte. There are 3. So I put the lithium in the middle. I draw the first shell and I pop on the first 2 electrons. Remember, that's now full. So I have to draw a second shell and I put on a 3rd electron. That's lithium. Okay. I'm going to show you now on your worksheet. I've already drawn out for you on this worksheet the first 20 elements. Okay, so it goes up in number of electrons. What's the first element I'm expecting you to write on your worksheet? Which element has the least number of electrons in our periodic table? It is hydrogen. Well done, Lauren. It's hydrogen. Hydrogen actually sits in the middle of the periodic table usually. One of the reasons it sits in the middle, we'll put a little symbol here for H, is because it has one electron. However, sorry, 1 second. I just lost my visual, apologies. It has one electron, so it's very similar to group 1 because it will have one electron on its outer shell. However, you'll find out later it's also very similar to group 7. Okay, so we'll tell you about that in another time. So I put the H into the middle and I draw one electron on the outside shell. That's hydrogen. I'm going to miss a couple out. So that would be 2 electrons, 3 electrons, 4 electrons, 5 electrons. So which element has 5 electrons? Which element on our periodic table has 5? Well done, Grace. It is. It's boron. And the symbol for boron is B. So we put a little B in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 electrons for boron. Okay. So what I'm going to ask for you to do is to finish completing this. Note that it goes up in number of electrons. 2, 3, 4. Remember how many electrons you can fit on each shell. So the first shell can only fit 2, the second shell can fit 8, the third shell can fit 8. And then the last shell, it doesn't matter because we only go up to calcium. So I'll just turn the page. We only go up to calcium. So this last one here will be 20 electrons. And it's calcium that has 20 electrons. Ca. I'm not going to draw that out for you again, but that will be the last one on your sheet. So I'm going to close this down and I'm going to go back to sharing the PowerPoint.